Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. I'm really excited about today's episode because I have a special guest joining me today. Her name is Ashley. Ashley and I have been working together one-on-one. And I really wanted Ashley to come onto the podcast and share more about her story. I wanted to ask her specific questions about her journey as a business owner and what she's been able to accomplish, not just within attracting clients and launching a one-on-one mentorship and seeing true success in her business, but also what I see as just as important and sometimes even more important is being able to create that fulfillment, that joy, that pleasure, being able to step into the leader that she's meant to be in her business and be able to shift into opening herself to the energetics and not just the masculine way of doing business, but tapping truly into her feminine. And she's so flowy. She's very, very much like me and is just an incredible spiritual mentor. She empowers empaths and is a soul purpose guide. She's just done incredible work, and watching her blossom and attract her soulmate clients and grow her business has been amazing to watch. When she first came to me for one-on-one coaching, this was a couple of months ago, she really wanted, so she had already started her business for a bit, but really wanted to focus on attracting 3K, 4K, 5K months and beyond, and really wanted to create direction and really wanted to create more abundance and clarity within her offerings and be able to feel successful within that, feel fulfilled within that, and really be able to work more with her feminine flow and clearing limiting beliefs that have been holding her back in order to make more money. That was really the basis of why she decided to work with me. And I'm really excited to share that she had a 5K month last December. She's been attracting one-on-one soulmate aligned clients, like one after another. It was incredible to watch when she had launched her one-on-one mentorship, and just within days, just attracting clients who are paying in full. So excited to get started working with her. Some of them that that just kind of popped out of the woodworks, and really watching her show up in her magic and own her full potential, I think truly was the catalyst among so many other things that she's going to share on this episode. So without further ado, I want to welcome Ashley and have her introduce herself to the podcast. Let's jump right into it. I'm your host, Tiffany Chung, your go-to for all things marketing, mindset, and manifestation. I grew my online business from 0 to beyond 6 figures in 8 months. My purpose is to empower women to step into the highest, most aligned versions of themselves. If you are ready to take charge of your life, learn how to design a wildly successful business, and leave limiting beliefs behind, you've come to the right place. You will learn the actionable tips and step-by-step strategies on money, manifestation, and social media. It's time to step into your role as boss, to raise your vibration and tap into your unlimited potential today. Welcome to the Social Reset Podcast. All right, everyone, welcome back to the Social Reset Podcast. Today, I have a beautiful guest with me. Her name is Ashley. Ashley and I worked one-on-one together, and I've just witnessed so much growth and evolvement and embodiment, and really watched her step into her full form, and that's even still evolving. And so I really want her to come here, share her story, booking dream one-on-one clients into her mentorship, and just really being able to grow her business. So Ashley, I'm going to have you introduce yourself, just share a little bit about who you are, what do you do, what is your mission?
Amazing. Thank you, Tiffany, so much for having me. Hi, everybody. Yeah, so I am a spiritual life coach, a shamanic energy medicine practitioner. I'm an empathic soul who is really here to, my big mission is to raise the collective consciousness, to do the good work on this planet. And for me, that means to alchemize my own wounds and help other people do that. Because I feel like when we heal ourselves, that's when our purpose really finds us. And I specialize with working with empathic souls who have, struggled with things that are common for highly sensitive souls on this planet, like addiction, codependency, money issues. And they all seem to have this really strong, undying hunger to use what they have to make a difference in the world. So that's really my realm that I work in.
Yeah, and you embody that so beautifully. I just have to say, like, you are a true embodiment of your work and your art. And I think that it's truly powerful. I really feel like we need to learn most what we're teaching. And so the universe gives us those lessons and teaches us true healing on that deeper level in order to be able to alchemize that, transmute it into lessons and coaching, and to be the best coach possible. So I really want to hear when we first started working one-on-one together. This was months ago and launches ago. Where were you in your business? You already had your business and you had already been offering services. So paint us a bit of a picture of what that looked like and what you were looking to get out of coaching.
Absolutely. Thank you. So yeah, I felt a bit scattered. I felt like I had all of these creative projects. Like I had already hosted my signature program From Pain to Purpose. I was already booking up my calendar with shamanic healing sessions, yet I felt like my whole business model was based on my flow, my feminine, which felt like it put pressure on my intuition. I remember sitting with you on the first day. I'm like, I really want some sustainable stuff in my business. So I'm not just running on my creativity, because I feel like a lot of people can relate to this. When you're putting pressure on your creativity, it tends to not be available as much, right? Creativity
Right.
is meant to be like in a space of freedom. And so my whole business model just felt like it was right on top of my creativity, which, didn't feel very stabilizing. And so working
Mm,
with you, I really wanted to create like a product suite. I wanted to hone in on the big offers. And now
yeah.
where I'm at now is I'm moving away from, the one-off sessions and building out and like honing in on what I'm really, really doing in the world, which I love your terminology, the spirit of your business, and this part of us that's guiding us, that's connected, that's fearless. So I'm just, creating from that place, but things feel a lot more stable now. So
Beautiful. I love that. I want to even take it back further. Like, how did you I'm curious to want to know too, and I know a little bit of it from what you share, but tell me a little bit more about how you discovered your magic and your secret sauce within what you do now, and even share some evolvements of how it's been. Because I'm sure what it looks like now is very different than your first initial spark of like, oh my gosh, I have to do this. What was that kind of push into this world, this business, this journey that you've created for yourself?
absolutely beautiful. So yeah, it really started when I was very, very young. I had a strong hunger within me to serve this world. I remember Tiffany carrying around like this huge psychology for dummies book in like fifth grade. I don't even know how to read it. I was like, this is my book.
Oh my
I'm gonna
gosh,
help
I love
people.
it.
Yeah, that stuck in my
Yeah,
mind.
absolutely.
And so I had a lot of spiritual, quote unquote, attacks. I don't really like to use that word, but a lot of scary spiritual encounters. And my first mission after going through that trauma, which lasted 10, plus years, I was like, okay, I'll help kids sleep in their rooms at night. So it's almost like every phase of challenge I went through, and I'm talking like life altering challenge, I was like, okay, here's how I'll serve. And so it was like I knew at a young age what I go through is how I can help. And so that
Wow.
shifted and shifted and shifted. And I just knew inside of me, like, I'm here to do something big. And I have no idea what that means. And it's so wild because I just heard a new client say that same thing to me. And I'm like, wow, that's so
What a
wild.
full circle moment.
Exactly, exactly. But really, my business started when I stumbled into yoga in 2014 by the grace of the goddess. And I started my holistic healing journey. And then I just dove in, Reiki, energy healing. And what I realized was, the world was lying to us, right? Like the shame and the media. And I'm like, when I found yoga, when I found energy medicine, I'm like, I woke up. It's like, I don't know where
Mm.
I've been the last 20 some years, but I'm back. And then I was like, okay, now I have to really share this. So it's funny. I tend to, it might be my rising Aries, but when I learn something, I tend to very quickly want to share it, right? And
Yeah.
so in the same year of finding yoga, I became a teacher of yoga, and same thing with energy medicine. I started Emerald Healing Arts in 2016 and just grew step by step. It started with friends in my living room doing Reiki sessions. And I'd say to anybody who, is starting at a foundational level, that hunger is enough. Like that will take you through every level of your creative pursuits, your purpose, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's so beautiful. So beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Yeah. I always say to my students, because when you are brand new in building your business, there is so much that you have to not only decondition from what you've been taught your whole life, but recondition. I don't even know if that's a word, but I've been using it. Recondition yourself into what you now choose to believe about yourself and what you choose to believe about the world, right? For so many of us, we've been taught that they're depending on your family and your upbringing and your conditioning, your environment, your privilege, the lack thereof, right? That we get exposed to certain ways of this is just how things are done. And if you follow this path, you will be successful. Or maybe it isn't even successful. It's just you will get by. And that's just like, it's almost this collective, like, well, you just have to work and it just has to be, boring and soul sucking. And that's just the way life is. And so a lot of the students that come to me and listen to this podcast, they're starting to break free from that mold of, well, no, it doesn't have to look that way. And I can choose a different path. And I can choose this life that I've always been destined to live and bring to this world. And it's new, and I'm not supposed to look to others to how it's supposed to be done because I'm inventing it. I am paving a literal new road. And I see you, Ashley, as a beautiful embodiment of that, where in even the work that we've done together when it comes to, strategy, or the way that you want to present yourself online or social media, or even write your sales page, I feel like some of the things that I've kind of reminded you, which you already know, is like, wait, your magic is the most potent thing. It isn't the way that you write it. It isn't the time that you post it or the specific technique that you use here in more of that rooted masculine structure. It can really be you connecting with your most dreamy one-on-one aligned clients that will find you and want to work with you no matter what. And I remember there was a period where you had just continued booking out those clients and they all were very aligned to you. I want you to share a little bit more about that and what that process looked like on your end.
Totally. Yeah. So how I filled up that program specifically and what that felt like, and
Yeah, yeah.
awesome. Yeah, I mean, it feels very clear. It feels crystal clear is just what's coming to my mind now. Who I'm here to serve in that specific program, because that was really the program, Tiffany, you helped me, anchor into. Like I remember you had me walk through these meditations of, just imagine the people in front of you. Who are they? And that really simplified it for me. And it really, took me out of the equation in a lot of ways, right?
Yeah.
And put them on the center stage. And I
Right.
really enjoyed that because through, working with you as a mentor, which this is why working with other people is so powerful, is they can put you into moments where you're envisioning this crowd of people or whoever it is, and you get to channel and describe, okay, who are they, what are they going through, how can you help them, what's point A and what's point B. And I remember I made and scrapped so many sales pages and it was like my journey of like bringing like through this ascended self 3-month mentorship. And
Mhm.
it was really special to see it be created through me. And I spent a lot of time creating the pages that I scrapped. I mean, it's the journey.
Right.
Every step you take is clarifying. And so I didn't wait. I would just start writing and, oh, this is a cool title. And eventually I was like, bing, 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 like this is the one. It was the full FES energy, which I don't know
Yeah.
where I found that F yes energy, whether it was through you or just floating in the void, but I'm really big on that now. Like, even if it scares you, especially if it scares you, what is the next calling?
Oh my goodness. You know what? I actually remember that. I feel like you had like this breakthrough moment and then I got a message. You're like, Tiffany, I got it. I feel like you like immerse yourself into some portal where it was just like,
Mhm.
yes. And I feel like I love that you brought up learning from mentors and coaches. Cause since I started my business, I've been working with coaches and people to really help, not because, and I know that you see this as well, not because my business is great only because of them, it's they're helping me to see the magic within myself, right? So our coaching together, it was never like, Ashley, this is your to-do list, this is what you got to do, these are all the strategies you've got to take. Everything was you tapping into your own magic and your own vision for Emerald Healing Arts and for From Pain to Purpose, your offers, your mission, your soul's purpose. And it was really me just kind of shining a light on it and being like, hey, well, I see this and I see that. And I see you spending all this time on the sales pages when really this is really just a invitation for you to truly attract your most aligned clients and do so in a way where you are trusting yourself and trusting your magic and what you have to offer. So I think that's so beautiful. Yeah, I would love to hear a little bit more about that shift after that kind of fuck yes moment and then booking your aligned clients and now working with so many aligned people in your community, in your circle. What are some things that you feel like shifted for you in that moment? And because I know you also in your business attract your clients, right? These people find you and need to learn from you. So I'd love to hear a little bit more about that and what that looks like in your business now.
Yeah, totally. So one of the things that shifted for me was, and this is a shamanic teaching, and I want to share it for everybody listening. Maybe it'll click to somebody, maybe they'll remember it like I did, and then one day it'll just like embody.
Yeah.
And my teacher, Alberto Violdo, shared this, and he's like, and I'm paraphrasing, he says, you can literally hold space for miracles. There is nothing that, cannot take place in your containers that is just mind-blowing and miraculous, as long as you're willing to give someone else credit for it.
Oh,
You can
wow.
create miracles as long as, and yes, in coaching containers, but just in life, you can create
Yes.
miracles as long as you're willing to give someone else credit for it. And so going back to client concept, I really just, had faith. I really just had faith. And that doesn't mean that I wasn't freaked out. I get a little
Right.
freaked out whenever I step into like, you
100%.
know, creating and, putting out this platter, like, hey, who wants to come in here? Like, this is a very, specific vibe. Like, it's open, it's available. And so I really
Yeah.
learned it's okay to feel that activation. It's actually, in a way meant to be there because it means you're not recreating the past, but you're creating something new. You're
Mm.
evolving. And so when I created that one-on-one mentorship program, it literally just unfolded. I had, random client calls that I just felt called to share. I would say being relaxed is so key. Like
Yeah.
literally, I had a client call for someone who, I think was just interested in shamanic healing. I was just talking to her, like, person to person, getting to know like where she's at. And I'm like,
Hmm.
I'm also about to launch this program called Ascended Self. Would you like to learn more about it? And it's just being human to human with people, right? And feeling into your intuition when you're sitting with people, like, is this the right time to bring up this other thing, right? And so very intuitive. And I think having a relaxed nervous system is such a key, and that's a practice. Like,
Yeah.
keep teaching me, world, like how to relax my nervous system. Um, and something
Yeah.
else I'd love to share, Tiffany, that I've been just learning from you and Simone, your coach, and just things that you've been sharing is,
Hmm.
I don't know, I just woke up one day and I was like, why can't this version of me be a match for my dreams? Like, why do I have to become someone else? Like, why do I have to keep, it was almost like this ascended self, this evolved version of me was like always one step ahead. Like, I didn't know where
Right.
she was at. And so I woke up and I'm like, why can't I just sleep in and make all this money and just, similar to your freedom vibe, which I think leads us into that like feminine flow that, we wanted to
Yes.
talk about. But it's like, why can't me, like as I am, be enough for my next evolution? And maybe
Yeah.
I can evolve into that. And instead of me trying to squeeze into this new personality, maybe I'll be
Hmm.
enough. Maybe I'm enough as I am, which I am. And
Yes.
then as I create, I will evolve naturally. And that's just another way that felt very medicinal for me. It just popped into my mind recently.
Oh, I love that so much because that's also a lesson the universe has been teaching me over and over because we get into energy work or even personal development, right? And just continue wanting to embody that next level, that next level, that next goal, that next manifestation, right? It's another new moon. What are we manifesting this moon? It's like this constant drive that can sometimes take us out of why this realm is even here for us to tap into to begin with. And I always like to say that secret, that key is holding gratitude and not just holding it, being in gratitude all of the time. Gratitude allows us to be in this state where we become closer to the universe, closer to source and our angels and our guides, and allows us to be in the moment, which is truly all that we have, right? The past is in the past, the future. If we're able to be fully in the present, there is no timeline outside of it, right? The past can exist, the future can exist, and you can collapse those timelines that allow you to fully embody who you are in this moment and know that it doesn't take another thing to unlock in order to experience the life that you want to live. I think that so many of us live our lives with this concept of once I have the time, the money, the relationship, the marriage, the house, the business, then I will be happy. Then I will do the things that I want. But it's truly when you're able to call in those emotions right now and say, no, I can declare this for myself now, right? And that's not to say that it happens right away every single time because we are human. We have decided to reincarnate on this earth to have a human experience, right? Our soul is here having a human experience. And, in this physical world, we do abide by time, we do abide by those things. But at the same time, you can hold that dichotomy of, but miracles do happen and they And when you hold space for them and you allow yourself to receive, it becomes so beautiful. And this is what I remind my students inside Business Activation Academy, as well as people in my community that just they're thinking about joining the academy, or they want to build their own business, and they're constantly telling themselves, wait, it needs to be sometime down the road when I have things figured out, when I have more skills and more certifications, and once my partner's on board or once my family's on board, right? Then I will be able to have the support. Then when life settles down, I would be able to take action on the things that I want. Ashley, what would you say to someone who is in that headspace right now that really wants to build their business, has felt the nudge of their secret sauce, and is just telling themselves, but I need all of these things before I get started?
Beautiful question. I love what you shared. Wow. Epic, Tiffany. So first thing that comes to mind, because I've definitely been in this space, is to come back to your body. The mind is a really good tool, but a terrible master. That's a quote from somebody, I can't remember who.
Yes.
And so the body, and I just saw a quote today, the body has more wisdom than any book, anything, anywhere. And so when we come home to the body, when we do our yoga or whatever practices get us there, I don't care what it is, right? For me, I meditate, and sometimes I'll literally wrap my arms around my body and just chill and just literally hold myself. And it feels so good, and speak to myself. And once we can come home to the body and really say, I'm done in that mental, like we all know what that feels like, and whose voices are really speaking to us, right? Shamanism says, everything is spirit. And so is it the spirit of doubt? Is it the spirit of fear? What is infiltrating into your consciousness? And when you can come home to your body and start requesting loudly to your soul, thank you for guiding me right now. This voice is so powerful. So I would say, come home to your body, light a candle, get in your sacred space, and just really take a minute to just drop in and feel your heart, and you will receive your next step. You will receive your vision. It's like slowing down to speed up. And I'm such a big person on ritual and soul talk. If we just relax into this body, wiggle into this body. And something that I have found a lot, Tiffany, is, with a lot of sensitive souls, sometimes they're really good at jumping out of their own body. Literally, it's a skill, that disassociation. And I can, use that word and speak on this because I was really good at that. And it's not wrong or bad, but you really don't have access to your full embodied power in that space. Right. So anytime someone feels spacey and just thoughts, I'm like, declare that you're coming home to your body. Now you can ring a singing bowl. I like to snap my fingers and just call myself back, and then receive that wisdom. Declare that wisdom is coming into your body. Whether you get a vision, I love Dr. Joe Dispenza. He's like, if we don't have a vision of our future, we're going to be guided by memories of the past. And the body will guide us to that vision, the heart, the deeper parts of you that know that fucking anything is possible.
Yes. Ooh, that's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. And 100%, our body holds the codes. Our body remembers, our body knows, our body will tell us. And I think for so long, we've been so disconnected from our bodies and from our intuition, so much so that we are willing to look at things that just feel logical to the logical mind, rather than trusting our bodies to make decisions for our bodies, to make decisions for our future and for our lives. And so that's so beautiful. I think that if everybody can take a moment to come back to our bodies, whether that is through yoga, which is such a beautiful practice and true active embodiment of that, or it's breath work, or it's literally, like you said, just hold yourself for a bit and just stay still. Sometimes if it's in between calls, I'm having a busier day, I will literally just stop and do nothing and just be in my body and just breathe and just allow, even if I'm just staring at a wall, right? Or if I have my eyes closed, just bringing yourself back into the moment and truly allowing ourselves to feel and to process what's going on inside of our body. Everything that we have that we experience through our bodies are emotions, are the way that we feel, the uncomfortable emotions. They really are just messages. They're trying to tell us something. Our body wants to communicate with us, and our body is constantly here to keep us alive and to heal ourselves. And so I think so much of what we know, especially if you did grow up in a family where you weren't taught to express your emotions or be connected to your intuition or to trust your intuition, I think connecting to your body, connecting to yourself can feel like a bit of a foreign language. But I find that for anyone that does open themselves to receive, your body knows what to do and knows how to communicate with you and to build that bond. And it gets to be a really beautiful practice that you can integrate into your schedule. So I love that. Thank you for sharing. Okay, so let's wrap up by sharing a little bit. You shared with us a bit where you were when we first started working together, where your business was, and you touched on a little bit about where your business is now, but I'd love to hear a little bit more about kind of your thoughts and your energy surrounding it as well. How do you approach your business in a way that was different than the way that you did before, the way that you attract clients, and the way that you show up and create more joy and fulfillment in your business? How does that look different than several months ago?
It feels like it was just an expansion of where I was already grounding into. It's just the volume got kicked way up on my faith, on what I believe is possible. And the way that I show up is, well, first, what's coming to mind is I meet my own needs. Our healing journey is always on a similar path to our like entrepreneurship journey. And if we're not
Yeah.
mindful, we will, especially with social media, we will have unmet needs and then feel stressed about sharing our magic because we genuinely want to feel acknowledged. Like I just felt that the other day. I'm like, Ashley, like I heard from my higher self, whatever you want to call it, like spend 5 minutes a day acknowledging yourself.
Mm.
Just sitting in your magic, acknowledge how far you've come, acknowledge your power. And so you're showing up to the community like so filled up so that you can really focus on the community. Literally,
Yeah,
because we're
absolutely.
taught like, Instagram and all these social media platforms, I'm sure a lot of your listeners can vibe with this. They're taught to make us feel like crap really about ourselves and to be
Mhm.
addicting. That's really how they're set up. And
Right.
we can re-own that. And because there's light to dark and everything. So we can re-own this, right? Our power, and re-own these tools that we have so that we can show up in service. And that's shifted. And
Mm.
it's almost like working with you just opened up, you know, proof and what's possible, right? And so now I would say I'm way more relaxed, Tiffany. Like launching from pain to purpose, which just happened today. I launched early enrollment 2 days ago and open enrollment today. And I'm thinking to myself, and I've thought to myself in the last couple of days, I'm like, how less or what's the least I can do,
Yeah.
right? To really
Yeah.
like flourish. Like
Exactly.
how, yeah, like I feel super calm.
Great. I love that. Oh, that's so beautiful because it's also such a it feels so counterintuitive because we're taught, especially in business, like do more, do all the things that you need to
Exactly.
do, right?
Fill
Send
the
all the
gaps.
emails. Yeah. And so you being in this state of relaxation and doing just what you feel like and
Yeah.
what feels like lights you up, I feel like is truly changing the entire paradigm of business and online business and experiencing success in a way that we may have never we truly have never been able to experience in the past. Like we are able to call in incredible clients and thousands of dollars and limitless financial abundance by being ourselves, owning our magic, and not slipping into any of the wounded masculine or that wounded hustle in order to bring it to us.
Absolutely.
That's so
feeling, feeling like I'm enough, right? Like that huge switch. And it's all about how we show up, right? I've heard like 90% is energetics or alignment and like 10% or less is strategy. And so being with you and those couple months really just increased my trust in that, right? That it's really, it doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be stressful. You can create everything that you want by being exactly who you are.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to pause, but of course I always have more to say. But I'll pause on that.
No, I think that's so beautiful. And I do want to hear what you have to say, because I think that so often it is us trying to show up as this version of ourselves that we're not there yet, or someone that we see online on social media, or someone that our parents want us to be, right? Or someone that we feel like, oh, well, that person's successful, or that person shows up as professional, or whatever it is that we tell ourselves, these stories that we tell ourselves, rather than, wait, I am enough, right? Where I'm at is exactly where I need to be. And I can call in my dream life and whatever I consider as what I want in my future. I can have that now as the version that I am right now. What if that was just enough?
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Can I throw one more thing in? A beautiful shamanic teaching? My teacher, Alberto Villoldo, he talks about how, shamans don't wait for anything. And I don't consider myself a shaman, but in just his language, he's like, shamans don't wait for anything. They don't wait, for their lover to be in love. They don't wait for their business to feel wealthy. They don't wait. And he had this funny story. He's like, yeah, if somebody's late to dinner, I'll have a glass of wine. I'll start reading a book. I'll write a book. And he's like, you don't wait for anything. So I find that very beautiful.
Oh, that's amazing. Because I think so much of what we know and the way that we operate in our daily life is waiting for the perfect time, waiting for the perfect person to come around. Then we'll be happy, waiting for the perfect opportunity and waiting for life to settle down. It's like we get to stop waiting for the permission, especially as a woman, or if you're socialized as a woman, right? There is this ideal of like, well, we've got to wait for permission for somebody else, and is the way that a lot of us are raised. And taking that back and claiming that power and allowing ourselves to just go all in and make those decisions and truly declare what we want in our life from this place of power and sovereignty and trusting our magic, just defies all of these different systems that were meant to oppress us and allows us to rise. And I think that's so beautiful. Oh, I love it. Okay. How can people find you if they are feeling connected to you and want to work with you? Share a little bit about From Pain to Purpose, and share your Instagram handles, website, all that good stuff.
Awesome. Thank you, Tiffany. So I am Emerald Healing Arts, one word, on Instagram, and emeraldhealingarts.net is my web, and all that is me. You can find via my Instagram. And the little link below obviously will take you website, From Pain to Purpose. Everything that I do is on there. From Pain to Purpose is a 7-week group mentorship program. It's live. It's for fiery, empathic souls who have a hunger to help the world and who want to, one, learn all about what the heck is psychic abilities. How do I use them? How do I contain my wild emotions and sensitive gifts? How do I make sense of the spirit world? So I'm going to be really laying out structure to the spirit world, literally, like giving structure to what is not structured. And there'll be a whole module on business foundations. So how to start a business, a soul aligned business, calling in aligned clients. But really the focus of it is saying yes to your spiritual mission and beginning, or rather stepping into, psychic training, like really honing your gifts. So that's what that is about. And it just opened enrollment today. Is it March 18th? I'm not sure when you're going to post this, but it's March 18th, right? Okay.
Yes.
Yep. And we start April 3rd. And so that's what's hot on the press for Emerald Healing Arts right now.
Beautiful. And I'll have all of those links in the show notes. So anyone who's listening to this can check that out within the podcast show notes and check out Ashley and go and follow all the beautiful magic that she's constantly unfolding, which is so amazing. Ashley, thank you so much for being on the podcast today. I'm so excited for everyone to get a taste of the work that you're doing in this world. Is there anything that you want to share, anything that you felt like you wanted to share that hasn't been shared, or any last note that you'd like to leave on?
Absolutely. I love that. Thank you, Tiffany. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me. You're such a light in the world. You're really showing people what's possible. So thank you. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for being vulnerable in the online space. And if I had to leave one little tidbit, it would be, and this changed my life, if you're wobbling anywhere, just go all in or go all out, right? Like what completely changed my life was I stopped being halvesy-wabsies. I just either went all the way in or I went all the way out. So that's number one. The second thing is create a vision for your dream life and do not let anything stop you from getting that, period. Like that is your destiny.
Oh, I love it. So beautiful. Ashley, thank you so much for being on the episode and sharing your magic, sharing your wisdom. I will catch you all on the next episode.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you so much for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe. If this episode resonated with you, please take a screenshot, share it on your Instagram stories, and tag me at tiffanychung.co. I truly appreciate interacting with every one of you. Catch you all on the next one.